Hi everyone, this is Marshmallow Fluff with a build video. This guy is my Templar Health Blazing Shield dungeon tank. He is great for all veteran 4-man content. And here he is. He runs 14k Magicka, 73k health on his front bar, 71k health on his back bar, 15k Magicka, almost 36k spell, and 33k fizz on both bars. Mighty Chudans, infused healthy on big piece, divines healthy on small piece, warrior poets, infused healthy on big, divines healthy on small, and plague doctors, healthy stam recovery on all the jewelry, infused healthy on the shield, defending hardening on the sword, and defending hardening on the ice staff back bar. Skill wise, he runs on his bars, front bar, blazing shield, pierce armor, puncturing sweeps, repentance, structured entropy, temporal guard, ultimate, invigorating drain, blazing shield, spike bone shield, structured entropy, repentance, and temporal guard on the back bar. So I've double barred a few things. This one for the health, this one for the mitigation, and by extension larger shields, and this one for the extra resource restore and regeneration. And blazing, because sometimes I like to block cast blazing while I'm blocking. And again on the back bar because sometimes I stack shields and heal. And you want your heal basically on both bars. And in our case, it's more of a shield that we block cast sometimes, but it still works. Just not as good as a block casting a heal, but we don't have one of those. That's percent health based, so we use the Invig Drain. We double shield and then Invig Drain to get our health back. It works just as good in vet dungeon content. Alright, in terms of other skills and passives, it's Adric Spear, sweeps, blazing shield, and then all the passives. Dawn's Wrath is Solar Disturbance, Radiant Destruction, hardly ever comes up either of them. What you really want is this one passive down here at the bottom. You have to level it all the way up to get that. Here we go. Restoring Light, Breath of Life. Occasionally I'll slot it. Like when I slot it, I usually slot it there for easier stuff where the team is having problems. Repentance, double barred for the recovery, the restore resources. Extended Ritual occasionally comes up, not very often. You want all the passives. Weapons, nothing two-handed. One-handed sword and shield, you want all the passives. And Pierce Armor. And this occasionally can come up. You can slot it there. It's if you need to block like a ton for some reason. You really won't have to in veteran dungeon content. But I don't know, if you wanted to use this build and I wouldn't recommend it, but you could go into like VAA and do the axes. You'd definitely do that. And then you would probably put infused shield play on your jewelry and tell the healer to heal you, because obviously you can block cast blazing, but that's all you can do. You can't block cast a self heal that's percent health based because you don't have one. And in Big Drain, you have to shield up and then cast it, and you'll get stunned by the axes and die. So you can't do that. So that's what you could do. You could slot that, throw infused shield play on your jewelry, and then block cast blazing. And that's how you would try to struggle through it. I use a DK tank for veteran trials because they have green dragon blood and it makes them way better at, sustaining block against stuff. So just keep that in mind. So you won't really need that, but it's nice to have if you want that option. And all the passives. Destruction, you want all the passives. You could get a couple of these things if you wanted. You don't have to. Restoration, you don't need anything light, you don't need anything medium, you don't need anything heavy. You want all the passives again. Very important for sustain on a tank to have all the passives. That's optional. Vampire, you want all the passives plus Invig Drain heal. Guild, nothing. Fighters Guild. You want Silver Leash, it comes up. When I slot it instead of sweeps. Veteran Dragonstar Arena is very strong. Veteran Ruins of Mazatoon. It comes up where you'll need the chain things. That's just for questing. This is very strong and you should get it. That's optional. It's if you do Cyrodiil stuff. These, you want all the passives and mages for the extra mana and stuff. This, you double bar both bars for the extra health. Psijic Order, Temporal Guard, the defensive morph for the ultimate. Very strong for damage shield tank. You get the extra mitigation against your shields. Makes it much stronger. Meditate, occasionally I'll slot there. It's very rarely that it's actually useful. Don't even worry about it. Grab these guys. Those three to go with the Psijic ultimate. Nothing there. Undaunted, you want both passives and either morph of Bone Shield. It's up to you really which one you want. I go for more damage with the Blazing and the Spiked Bone, but you could go the other morphs with these two. You get a little more defensive with the build if you wanted. Aggressive Warhorn, Rapid Maneuver, some of these passives kind of useful. Guard, occasionally useful, some of the passives. Imperial, you want all the class skills. They're usually very strong, especially here. I mean, we got max health, max stam, and free healing when we poke things. It's pretty good. And then you want alchemy, medicinal use to make your potions better. I actually went a long time without this. I didn't really notice when I used it. I mean, we don't really have resource issues because we can heavy attack with the Frost Staff whenever we want mana, and heavy attack with the other one whenever we want stam. So it's really not a big deal. But it's good to have, And then provisioning. These two are good to have, especially if you don't want to waste gold on more food buffs than you really want to spend gold on. I mean, I don't care about. I use them. I use my food way too often anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. But if you are concerned with that, you can get those food buffs. All right, champion points. 81 Ironclad because most of PvE content is direct damage, so it's good to mitigate that. And then you get these guys to go with there. 37 Hardy, 37 LA, and 23 Thick-Skinned. And then these guys to go with those. 81 Bastion for very strong shields. Going to 100 is not beneficial right now. I've gone to 100 and it doesn't make your shields any bigger. 1 heavy armor just to take us to the 33k soft cap on Fizz Resist. And then these guys go with that. Nothing there. 76 Mooncalf to buff the stamina recovery that we've stacked on our jewelry. So our stamina recovery is a lot. Just so we don't have to heavy attack with both weapons, we can just mainly do it with the Frost Staff most of the time. Arcanist to buff what little magical recovery we have, and we don't really care about it. Tenacity we do care about though. It gives us a lot more resources when we heavy attack, and heavy attacking with our Frost Staff is how we get our mana. So it'll basically fill you up, like heavy attacking like once or twice with the Frost Staff. It's pretty good. Plus it gives you a free shield with the Frost Staff, so it's nice. Shadow Ward, not really for the block cost reduction, because we don't really block that often. We do block as a damage shield tank, but we don't really have to that much. We just mainly block heavy attacks. There's no real sustained blocking. So it's mostly for this treasure hunter, because we get these 3 things. And the extra loot is cool. Now the blue CP, there's 2 ways you could do it. You could stack Blessed and Elfborn to get massive amounts of healing off your Vampire and Big Drain heal. I don't choose to do that. I choose to buff damage with LA Expert, Spell Erosion, and Master at Arms. It will make your Blazing Shield damage more, and your Infernal Guardian Fireballs more in weaker content. And additionally, if you use your Structured Entropy, you get the extra spell damage. And you'll do actually pretty good damage with this build, especially if you're like in a duel and they're doing a lot of damage to you. Your Blazing Shield will a lot of the times kill them. And then that's just extra points here, piercing. Master at Arms gets these. and everything we got over here gets us this stuff. Yeah, so I mean, it's up to you. I think the heal is strong enough to where you don't need to put points into these, but you could take them out of the damage stuff and go more healing. It's up to you. And that's pretty much it. That's my Templar health build. We covered gear, skills, and champion points. I think that's pretty much it. The rotation is on my Discord. It's basically, I usually start with a heavy attack, and then I'll switch bars, poke them with this to debuff them, switch bars, cast both my shields, and then if you need to, you can heal. If you need to, you can block cast the blazing. Switch bars, block cast. It's real simple. It's basically just shield up, heavy attack for resources, and heal yourself. It's an extremely defensive build. You can slot in front of Guardian to put out a little bit of damage, but it's still mainly a defensive, almost impossible to kill kind of thing. It's very fun to play, especially in random vets where you don't know how strong your team's going to be. This guy can pretty much solo a lot of veteran content. So have fun.